Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm NIKKE. This is Goddess of Victory NIKKE. This is kind of an interesting little experiment here. They've released a new event. It does seem to be actually rather story relevant, and I will admit that a lot of NIKKE is way too fan service bait for my tastes. The story is actually good. For the to try and sum up any important plot points so that would be relevant to this.
As long as it's not for too long.
About 2 centuries ago, robots invaded. No one was able to stand up against them. We had to turn girls into robot warriors in order to wield the weaponry needed to punch through Rapture armor. The most famous squad of NIKKE squad was Goddess Squad, of which Red Hood was a member. Unfortunately, she was exposed to a Rapture virus known as corruption. Back then, corruption was more of a long-term paralysis. I think Red Hood had a specific strain that was a little more advanced though, in that it was constantly trying to tell her, okay, just kill everyone. Unfortunately, this was because someone had the brilliant idea of what if the Rapture virus was much more severe? As a sort of just team up with Raptures so they stop trying to kill us. It didn't work.
I don't mind being alone, as long as it's not for too
And
long.
unfortunately, they gave it to an extremely powerful NIKKE that was supposed to outclass the Goddess Squad called Cinderella. And she was incredibly dangerous. Red Hood showed up for a big damn heroes moment at the last second, but she did have to go off on her own, head back home so she can die peacefully. It didn't work because she woke up and the first thing she met was a mass-produced NIKKE called Rapi. And then a lot of things happened and Rapi became part of the main character's squadron, keeping secret that she has a super mode where she turns into Red Hood. I feel like that's about everything that you need to know before I go into this event, which is probably covering all the blanks in between those two extreme time points. Footstep, walk,
Commander,
run.
Are you going straight back to the Ark?
Yeah, this is also advertising her new ult, which is basically super rare level version of herself. Yeah, I have a lot of things to do.
If you're not busy, could I speak to you briefly in the commander's room?
Sure, that's fine.
Jeez, using your transformation as an excuse? Talk about shameless.
I haven't the faintest idea what you're insinuating, but I'd like for you and Neon to come as well.
Why? Have you got something to say to us?
Yes. I think it's time we talked about what happened to me and how I lived. There's a lot that I still haven't told either of you. Or the commander, for that matter.
Ooh. Should we bring something? Fried chicken and soda? Maybe something sweet for snacks? Oh, good idea. Will you be talking for a while, Rapi? If you are, that'll change how much we'll have to buy.
It's not exactly going to be a fun story. You shouldn't have to prepare too many things.
Let's head to the outpost. I'll tell the top brass that we've got to handle some quick maintenance issues.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see. Snacks? Check. Drinks? Check. Comfortable seating? Check. Washroom? Check.
You two are really going overboard with this.
Should we turn on some music?
No, that won't be necessary.
Anise, can I get some of that chocolate syrup? Here. What kind of cookies did you get? Raspberry and pecan. Which one would you like? Raspberry. Hold on. What's that? Oh, these? Cilantro-flavored chips. Oh, I think I'll pass on those. I wasn't planning on sharing.
Do either of you ever plan on actually listening to my story?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. We're all done now. I'm ready.
Okay. I think I'll begin at...
Whoops, sorry. These are crunchier than I thought they'd be.
It's fine. I'll just get right into it. I'll start from when I was human. With my earliest memory.
So, we can enter the challenge. This is basically something to throw alongside your dailies. You can do nonsense in order to get a little bit of extra resources here and there. It's quite handy. Challenge will automatically control the level of your NIKKE, the NIKKE that you have, and it doesn't really matter about anything, so... The final... So, these are sort of time-gated. By the time you get to this one, it's going to be extremely difficult to beat. You can't always beat it. But I'm pretty sure that at low levels, these boss fights aren't going to be much of an issue. Yeah, kind of a joke, but when you get to the later rounds, you do actually have to start picking your team more carefully. It has missions for getting a few bit of extra event currency. We have battles, but mainly the reason that we're here are for the cinematics. Which is fortunate because at 2100 recommended power, it's going to be a pushover the entire trip. But they do give us something else to think about. Certain NIKKE will have higher bonuses, will give out bonus currency, so you basically want to bring those to all your fights. Oh.
Teacher,
It should be crystal clear.
I always feel nervous during real battles.
Red Hood, engage.
I always feel nervous during real battles.
I'm always ready.
Rapi is not a bonus event for her own event, go figure. But, where does it... Reward boost NIKKE here. So, I do not have Ian, so I don't get that 40% bonus. And they haven't actually released Rapi Red Hood yet, so we can't get that bonus. But I think it caps at 100%, so we don't really have to worry. Heck, it doesn't even matter what order they're in because everything is going to evaporate to a slight breeze.
Humanity will emerge victorious. The sudden ambush by those vile raptures has demanded that we move underground, where light cannot reach. We have suffered a long humiliation, to be sure. However, that humiliation will soon be over. The central government has invested untold time and effort into reclaiming the surface, which was stolen from us by the raptures. We have created countless state-of-the-art weapons, as well as those oh-so-gorgeous goddesses of victory, the NIKKEs. With them, we will take back what once was ours from those vile raptures. This great fight is to be called the Surface Reclamation War. Operations will commence in 2 months. Citizens of the Ark, prepare yourselves.
Alright, so this is after the humanity had to give up on the surface and sunk themselves into the ground using the Ark, which happened. Oh, I think that happened after Red Hood went to sleep, so she wouldn't have known about this.
Prepare for the moment in which we reclaim our homeland. With the surface reclamation war, we will soon bask in the glow of victory!
This commercial is on every single station. I'd rather be watching some cartoons.
You were born in the Ark, weren't you, Rapi?
Yes,
Then you might not realize how much this means to us. All of our real homes are up there.
up where? In the sky?
No, a place called the Surface.
I heard that it's dangerous there.
It is, since there are raptures everywhere.
Raptures are those monsters, right?
That's right. The raptures stole our home, and now we're trying to take it back. To that end, the central government has been preparing for a very long time.
Aren't the NIKKEs the ones doing the fighting?
Yes, they are.
NIKKEs are amazing. Goddess is a victory fighting for humanity. So cool.
You really like NIKKEs, don't you?
Of course. They're the best. They're so strong.
That they are. With them fighting on our behalf, we're sure to win.
I don't understand. What's so great about winning?
What a question. Everything. You've never seen the real sky, have you?
What do you mean?
I mean the actual sky, not an artificial projection.
I'm still not following.
You'll understand soon enough. The sky is absolutely breathtaking.
If you say so.
You're not interested? You've been staring at that syringe during our entire conversation.
Is there any chance I can forgo the shot today?
Come now, you know better than that. You need these shots and the medication to get better.
I'm going to die in this place.
Who told you that?
Nobody told me, but you said it. You said it while you were talking to another nurse. You kept calling me a poor thing. Is that the end? When you die, does all the pain go away?
I'm sorry, Rapi.
She is way too young to be this jaded.
Nurse,
Yes?
what happened?
What do you mean?
The surface reclamation war.
You remember all that? That was years ago.
I remember it because it interrupted my cartoons. So tell me, what happened?
We lost.
I see. Then what is going to happen?
Money is tight, so times in the Ark are going to be tougher. This hospital might not last much longer either.
Then what happens to me?
I'm not sure. They don't tell me these things. At any rate, we're all done for today. Do you need anything else?
No, I'm okay.
It's been a while since you had any requests. Are you okay?
What does it matter how I feel? I'm going to be lying here for the rest of my life. So what's the point of wanting anything?
You'll get better.
There's no point in trying to make me feel better either. Sorry. Thanks for your help today.
All right then. You get some rest.
Oh, I wanted to say,
Yes?
I've seen a lot of cuts and bruises on your body lately. Are you okay?
I have been participating in protests.
What kind of protest?
Protests against blaming NIKKEs.
Hmm?
They're being blamed for the failure of the surface reclamation war.
Yeah, a lot of corners in the ethics department have been cut where NIKKEs are concerned. It goes all the way back to the original NIKKE Goddess Squad, and it's still in the game even in the current playing time. So go figure.
Detractors are saying that all this time and money was spent on NIKKEs for nothing. They say the NIKKEs are the main cause of the current financial crisis in the Ark. Unspeakable things have been happening all over the city. I'm vehemently against that.
NIKKEs didn't do anything wrong.
That's right. They sacrificed their minds and bodies for humanity. For us, they fought against an unknown foe. It's wrong to treat them like this after they risked their lives to fight for us. So I'm doing whatever I can to help. I know this might be a bit difficult for you to understand, Rapi. But you must never put a price on the sacrifices of others. The act itself is noble.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
That evening, while watching a news report on the violent crackdown of the protests, Rapi sees the nurse's name on the list of... Did you accidentally skip over a line there that I was supposed to read?
Perfect. I can
Maybe
try
I
out
shouldn't
this
have it
microphone.
set on auto.
Better reload.
He didn't even get to land.
Did you see that? I'm strong, but my
Team
comrades are
composition
stronger.
does not matter at all, so just bring whoever gets a reward boost. Several years
How
later.
are you feeling?
Good.
Okay, let's prepare your injection then.
Alright.
Is there anything else you need?
No.
Very well. Rapi,
Yes?
the hospital is going to be shut down soon.
So yeah, you can't actually scroll up any higher. Whatever it said, we don't get to see.
The recession after the surface reclamation war hit our sponsors especially hard. This hospital has always been run entirely on grants, so times are tough.
I see.
I tried to find a place for you to stay, but I couldn't track down any of your family or relatives.
I know.
Adoption didn't work out either.
I'm not my illness.
There aren't any other viable hospitals either.
I figured.
Rapi,
Yes?
would you be willing to participate in a clinical trial? A new drug is being developed for children like yourself with rare diseases. It's a risky proposition. But if you participate in the trial, the hospital will be given another grant. If you help us, we won't need to close down the hospital. No, never mind.
You've got to feel
I'm
like
sorry.
scum after asking
I
a
saying?
question like that.
Let's finish up quickly so you can rest. I'm sorry.
I'll do it. I'll be in the trial.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Doctor,
Yes?
if I die, will I be at peace?
What are you talking about, Rapi?
Tell me, will I be at peace?
I'm not sure either.
Several years later.
You're showing improvement. You're getting better. Rapi! You're the first case where this treatment has been successful, so you undergoing this is bound to garner us more financial support. Thank you, Rapi. Thank you so much. You've saved our hospital.
I'm beginning to think that they're accidentally using several years later when they don't mean to. Because we've already had several years later, and now we're having another several years later. Rapi points at the TV with trembling hands. On the TV, a person in a military uniform and another in a suit are debating.
Apparently, some NIKKEs who are being persecuted attempted to escape to the surface. The central government tried to destroy the elevator that they were using to go up. But there was an accident. They lost control of the elevator, and it nearly crashed in the middle of the arc. But before it landed, the NIKKEs that were on board blew themselves up to prevent a catastrophe. It was an incredibly noble thing they did. People have started referring to this entire incident as the Goddess Fall, and there has been an outpouring of grief for the NIKKEs who sacrificed themselves. It significantly curtailed the voices of those factions who were so fervently anti-NIKKE before. That program on television is a debate on whether or not to grant NIKKEs additional rights. NIKKEs may not be able to regain the glory of the past, but they can at least escape from this endless cycle of hate. I've said too much. Anyway, thanks to you, Rapi, there's hope. Just hang in there a little longer. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to push this button if anything happens. Okay?
The doctor leaves the room, a joyful expression on his face as he flipped through the chart. Rapi frantically presses the red button at her fingertips, but no one comes. For the entire night, the tapping of the plastic button is the only sound which echoes throughout the room.
I can't believe I'm already about to graduate. Uniform is so comfortable.
Woohoo! It lacked a certain pizzazz, but I'm satisfied.
Several years later.
Rapi,
Yes?
how are you feeling?
Actually, now I can believe that several years have passed.
Good.
Okay. Rapi,
What?
you have been cured. Congratulations. We'll be able to have you discharged very soon.
I'm fully recovered.
Correct.
What happens now?
You live an ordinary life.
How?
Was there anything that you ever dreamed of doing?
Yes. But I can't do it anymore.
The hospital will be moving. Well, restructuring would be a better word. We're in the midst of constructing a new, bigger building. To be exact, it will be a facility and not just a hospital anymore. Your participating in that clinical trial proved the effectiveness of the new drug. Because of that, our sponsors are providing more new drugs and additional financial support greater than we could have ever hoped for. It's a new beginning for the hospital, and for me. I'm hoping that you can start over as well, Rapi. I found a place for you, and I transferred plenty of money into an account under your name. I would like for you to do something with that.
Okay, I was worried that they were just going to drop her outside with absolutely no financial support whatsoever and she'd just be living homeless for a while.
What? How?
Think about it. You're young and have plenty of money.
On the flip side, she still doesn't actually know how to live, so it's not a good situation either.
But I want to go with you.
Thank you for everything, Rapi. Take care.
Thank you, Doctor.
How far can you push me? Better reload.
Just a moment. How to reload
Why don't you just develop something like an infinite magazine?
Woo! That concludes today's lesson.
Rapi walks off, clutching onto the piece of paper in her hand as if it were a priceless artifact. Indecipherable letters and numbers are scribbled on the note.
I can't read this address.
Rapi feels the weight of something in her pocket and pulls out a card which is a mixture of black, white, and gold.
Credits? Is this money? How do I use this?
Rapi glances around her surroundings. They are entirely unfamiliar to her. Tall buildings encircle her and throngs of people shuffle busily past her. I'm gonna have to do this one without order because there's a lot of non-voiced dialogue. Rapi approaches a man to ask how to read the address and use the card.
Excuse me.
The man does not turn around.
Excuse me.
The man still does not turn around. Rapi notices something inserted into the man's ear. Whatever it is apparently being used to block out any outside noise. Rapi approaches to tap the man's shoulder, but he walks off to meet up with what appears to be his friends of his, laughing and chatting amongst themselves as they head off. Rapi looks around once again. No one makes eye contact with her. She's unable to approach anyone, as they all either have something plugged into their ears or are busily moving about. Rapi walks aimlessly. She keeps walking. After a while, her feet start to hurt, and she takes another glance around. Everyone is wearing shoes. Looking down at her own feet, she sees that she is barefoot. She begins to walk again. Rapi comes across a large crowd gathered together, who are excitedly shouting something. She heads closer towards them.
NIKKEs are not machines! We are sentient beings! Living things! Never forget what happened during the goddess fall! We sacrificed ourselves for humanity! And yet humanity continues to persecute us!
Rapi doesn't understand what the woman was saying. All the people who have gathered stand without anything in their ears. She approaches them to ask for help. An explosion rings out, causing the surroundings to shake. For a brief moment, Rapi feels dizzy, and then collapses.
Have they lost their minds? You don't have to use violence to suppress a demonstration. We have to call off the gathering for now. What are you doing? Hurry up and hide!
Huh? Who are you? I've never seen you before. You don't seem to be from the central government. Hold on. Are you a civilian? Here, come with me if you want to
Rapi crouches down. At the same time, she looks at the person who has been shouting at her She lies motionless on the ground. A pool of strange-colored liquid forms underneath her. Rapi instinctively turns around and runs.
We've got a runner! I've got her!
Bullets rain down upon Rapi, and she stays low as she possibly can while attempting to run. A bullet grazes her arm, causes her to stop.
Why bother running?
She collapses to the ground. Idiots. All of them.
Time to show what a female student is capable of.
Better reload. Snipers incoming. Oh no, I was just getting into the groove. Cover me.
Woo! That concludes today's lesson.
Okay, so we get 5 entries into these per day.
Injecting nymph.
We get 5 entries into these stories per day. You can spend gems to get more, but it's actually most productive to save it for the end of the event because the most lucrative missions will be available, and then you can just auto battle through them. But yeah, story.
Injection complete. Anchored to brain. Copying information. Copy complete. What? Why is the capacity so small? Well, it happens. Let's see. There's nowhere she wants to go. Sure enough. Nothing. Her capacity is rather small. No wonder her sense of self is so muted. No need to generate a body map then. This one should be suitable for a mass-produced model. All right, done. Injecting data into Nymph. Let's see. Basic Tactical Pack, Surface Knowledge Pack, Rapture Data Pack, and... what is this? Why is her knowledge level so low? Where is this lady from? Spends her entire life apparently sheltered and ends up dead during a protest. Life is strange. Now, where's that knowledge pack? There we go. Injecting. What else is left? Is it about done? All right. Let's see. Hand over the brain extraction unit and... done.
Rapi opens her eyes.
RR15436.
For some reason, Rapi knows that the serial number being called is referring to her. They don't make mass-produced NIKKEs like that anymore.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Unsure.
Okay, that's normal. Get ready. We're going out.
Where are we going?
The squad leader brusquely tosses a USB stick to Rapi.
The operations details are all in there.
Understood.
Rapi connects the USB to her body, somehow knowing exactly what to do. Her eyes begin to glow.
Resource collection mission confirmed.
How can you tell?
My role is transportation.
Just carry as much as you can handle. If you can handle that, consider me impressed.
Understood.
Any questions?
No.
You're a strange one.
I don't understand.
People usually ask more about what they're supposed to do, whether it's dangerous, etc. All that knowledge they injected you with doesn't compare to in-field combat experience. And yet you're being put straight into action without any adjustment period. Aren't you scared?
Are you not going to issue instructions during the operation?
I will be. That'll increase your chances of survival, if only minutely.
Then I am not scared. It's clear what tasks I'll be responsible for. It's fine as long as I am not instructed to figure things out on my own.
Right. You really are an oddball.
I'm looking forward to it.
Cover me. Wait till I get my reloading.
Why don't they just develop something like an infinite magazine?
Snipers incoming.
Uniform is so comfortable.
They don't even get a chance to land.
All clear. I'm glad this battle ended safely.
Squad 0910F has left the Ark and arrived on the surface. Commencing resource acquisition operation. Let's move out. Keep your head on a swivel, everyone.
As the 10 mass-produced Nikkes walked along the surface, not a word is spoken for a while until...
Hey! Hey, Nibby!
Are you speaking to me?
Yeah, you! You became a Nikke today? Is this your first operation?
Are you planning on engaging in conversation?
I guess?
Conversation is prohibited while engaged in an operation.
Did you hear that, leader?
If you've got the energy and the inclination, go for it. Just keep it down.
You hear that?
Am I to understand that we should engage in a conversation now?
Yes.
Very well. I will proceed in a dialogue with you.
So, how does it feel to become a Nikke?
I'm not sure yet.
I really like it.
Hmm?
I became a Nikke today, too. Since I'm being deployed at the same time as you, I guess you could say we're twins in a sense.
Ooh, you are not going to last long, are you?
Today is your first day as a Nikke?
Yeah.
I thought you had been one for some time.
Me too. I've met a few cheeky Nikkes in my time, but none quite like you.
You're too kind, squad leader.
Keep it down, will you? If a rapture hears us, we're dead meat.
Roger! Anyway, I look forward to working with you. What's your name?
RR15436.
No, I mean your real name. Do you remember? I'm Sarah.
I'm Rapi.
Hey, let's try and be comfortable around each other, okay? After all, we're twins.
Very well.
That didn't sound terribly comfortable.
All right.
Oh, that's better. Then, to commemorate our new friendship, how about we get a drink once the operation wraps up?
Oh, you are definitely not going to make it to the end of this.
I can't drink.
What do you mean? All you've got to do is take a sip of something and swallow. Easy. I'm counting you in. How about you, squad leader?
It has been a while for me. Alright, fine.
Alright, that makes 3. How about we make this a squad-wide gathering?
Fine. But don't expect any fancy cocktails or hors d'oeuvres.
Of course. A simple gathering is more than enough for me.
Sarah slowly approaches Rapi and whispers.
To be honest, I've never drunk before either. When I was human, I was allergic to alcohol, so I couldn't drink. But now that we're Nikkes and none of that matters, this is the perfect chance to try.
You've never drunk before?
Nope.
Why are you so intent on trying something you know nothing about?
It's not every day you get to be reborn. So I figured I might as well try out some new things. How did you become a Nikke anyway?
I got shot.
Where? In the Ark?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what did you do to end up getting shot? Were you the daughter of a grizzled crime boss or something?
I got caught up in a protest.
Oh, that's a shame. Aren't you going to ask me?
Ask you what?
Why I became a NIKKE.
Why would I ask you that?
So that we can get to know each other.
Oh, like getting blood from a stone, isn't it?
Why do we need to know each other?
Leader! There's a squad member over here who isn't a team player!
I'll leave it to you to educate her as needed.
Roger! Oh boy, we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. First, I want to hear about what kind of person you were as a human. FYI, I'm pretty darn persistent, so trying to avoid me won't do you any good.
Well, at least it wasn't the ending of the cutscene that killed her. But yeah, I might enjoy showing this off. Till next time guys, take care, I'll see you all around.